why. Well,
You know what? You make me want to do this. I need to see something real quick.
wait a minute, hold on a second. I saw the ground shaking. What's happening? An avalanche. Oh.
You have got to be kidding. Oh, no. No. Hold on a second. This has to be a joke.
Oh, come on. Okay.
What the hell?
What?
Okay, Grant, you need to pause this game right now, okay? Alright, I need to show you something. This is really important. I want you to show this to the screen. I'm looking up reviews for the Peacekeepers, because I was curious. I wanted to know what people have been saying about this game. Right? So, I found this one review, right? And then I see the box art. And then I'm just like, hold on a second. What? So, Grant, show on screen right now. This is the American box art, right? Look, show on screen. This is the American box art, okay?
Yeah.
This is the Peacekeepers.
It's in the frickin' thing anyway.
Dude, look what the Japanese box art for this game looks like.
It looks so much more cooler.
Dude, not only does this look so much cooler, this looks like a completely different fucking game.
It does, actually. The characters don't even look like each other.
Exactly.
This is actually on the Japanese SNES. I have that, which means you can join anytime, and we could play that and see if it's different.
Also, apparently, in Japanese, the Peacekeepers is referred to as rushing beat.
I might try that out. Oh, I haven't even activated you and you're dead. I gotta hurry. Ah, I forgot about the wolf that was gonna follow me there. I wish the avalanche would kill the enemy, but no.
Okay. The worst thing about this game is that the English language version has no background music. The localization team removed it, meaning you fight with mild ambient sounds like dripping water or mind-numbing alarms, and that's it. I would love to hear their justification for this, as the Japanese game has it. You mean to fucking tell me that the Japanese version of Peacekeepers has the music? So this was just no bullshit. It's just the English version is the one that sucks.
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, I didn't know that it was a Japanese company either. Oh, I'm kind of curious to try that out, to be honest.
What, the Peacekeepers in Japanese?
Yeah, see what that's like. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to jump on that. Or not. Go down this. You'd think the avalanche would hit me. It's clearly going past me, but I guess not.
The Peacekeepers. A completely neutered and watered down localization of a great Super Famicom game. What?
Wait, so the Super Nintendo version of the Famicom version is better.
What?
Okay.
Hold on a second. This fucking changes things.
Hold on. This makes me wonder if all the games made by this company are actually good, but when they translated them, they all became like garbage. So
Grant.
The Japanese ones are probably better. I wonder.
No, Grant. That's not even it. Listen to this. Apparently, the Peacekeepers is the third game in a trilogy.
Oh,
You want to know what the first game was?
what?
Brawl Brothers. No, Brawl Brothers was the second game.
Oh, that makes sense. That's also on the Super Nintendo online.
Yeah,
What's the first one?
something called Rival Turf.
Oh, that's on the NES.
Wait, so Rival Turf, Brawl Brothers, and the Peacekeepers are all on the...
I guess they're probably better in Japan then. That's probably why. I mean, why else would Nintendo probably is thinking like, oh, they're good because they're from Japan. They're probably thinking like, oh, these games are good. They got really good reviews in Japan. So
Dude,
then they released the English ones and they all suck. And people are like, why are we getting sucky games?
Dude, this fucking blows my mind.
We have to play that. We have to do it some justice and say we have to do the Japanese one just to see if it's good if it is, we have to like take back everything that we said from.
All right, so listen to this. The Peacekeepers is the third game in Jaleco's Rushing Beat series. Most of us Americans won't know it, but the first game was called Rival Turf, the second was called Brawl Brothers, and the third and final game is called Peacekeepers. The Japanese versions of each game in the series were not groundbreaking in the least, but as a whole, were competent games. When they were brought over to America, they were watered down and stripped of most of the quality that made them any good, and we were left with a trio of mediocre games that are better off forgotten.
I think I'll just play the Japanese ones then. Again, I think we should give that a try in the future.
So upon starting the game up, you'll have to go into the options to change the setting from BGS to BGM in order to have music during the game. Really?
Oh, so we had to do that? I didn't know that.
Me neither. And the fact that that's a fucking option that we had to do just shows just how terrible that is. If you don't, you'll be stuck with some very annoying ambient sound throughout the whole game. Wow. There are no difficulty settings, and you're stuck with the stock 12 continues or lives, and since the game's balance is pretty uneven, the few precious lives you have makes this game pretty difficult to ever manage to finish. The game gives you 4 characters to select from at the start and has 2 secret characters that can be found throughout the game.
Huh. That's interesting.
For such a mediocre game, it does surprisingly have a cheesy but decent plot that is full of dialogue between the characters and the boss enemies, and even between stages. Each of the characters have 2 different endings. And each is surprisingly lengthy and shows that Jaleco at least put some time into the plot.
Did it work? I won. Alright.
Wow.
Yeah.
For such a mediocre game, it does surprisingly have a... Oh, wait, I already read that. The gameplay is a mixed bag here, to say the least. The game has many different stages and is full of branching paths. No wonder it looks like you can go from, into different areas.
Yeah.
Taking one exit may take you to an entirely different set of stages than another exit would, and it adds some nice variety. It adds some replay value as well. Wow, okay, alright.
That's interesting.
On the second hand, the fighting mechanics are littered with problems. To start, enemies take way too long to kill. Yes, I can agree. Most of your moves alter the same amount of little more damage than the next. Each character's special move drains some of your health and does little more than crowd control.
Well, each character the same as Final Fight though. Final Fight does that.
Each character has a super move that can be performed twice per life by pressing X and A together and will only take about a third of your life bar from an enemy. Your combos aren't terribly effective either, as many of the enemies can break out of them and start attacking you over and over, so the best strategy is to keep throwing enemies until they die. I think they're forgetting one important negative. about the game, and that's the fact that fucking friendly fire is on.
Final Fight does that as well. Everything they're saying is what Final Fight does. Final Fight has friendly fire. Final Fight you take damage to your health when you do your supers. Final Fight, the enemies do take a while to kill. Final Fight, you can grab your partner and your ally and throw them and deal damage.
Rushing Beach Shura was a really solid game with a much better plot, much better dialogue, had better names for the enemies, and the endings were far better. The game also had much better balance to the gameplay with adjustable difficulty settings, making it a far more polished experience as a whole. Peacekeepers was just butchered when Jalico ported it, and as to why they decided to ruin a perfectly complete, competently game is anyone's guess. Is Peacekeepers playable? Sure it is, but it's a game that's probably going to appeal to the die-hard fans of the genre. The difficulty and poor gameplay mechanics and lack of polish overall will turn anyone else off big time. So, in conclusion, don't play Peacekeepers, play Rush Beat Shura.
Fun.
Which is...
Oh, you're gone.
So Rushing Beat Shura is better, but the Peacekeepers, which is Rushing Beat Shura, is... Oh, wow. Well, yeah. We need to take a look at that.
Yeah, we do. Alright, come on, follow me.
You know what?
Come on. Come on, you frickin'...
Grant, I'm gonna do this thing with you, punk. Are you tough enough?
There you go, die. Alright, hold on. I'm probably gonna end the episode after I get to this top area because it's already been 25 minutes. Alright. I'm gonna create that since I've gotten there. Alright, so we're gonna end this here because it's been 25 minutes and need to move on to the next.
So yeah, I guess have that little bit of a little big mind blowing surprise that Peacekeepers is the third and final game out of a fucking trilogy, and Brawl Brothers seems to be in connection with the Peacekeepers. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're both on the SNES, so I wonder if they're different on the Japanese one. Since I have the Japanese one, and because I have a Japanese account, we can do that.
Well, Grant, let me just say this as a final thought before we end the episode. If their game is called Peacekeepers, and it's the third and final game in a trilogy, well, that game does not live up to its name because they definitely did not keep the peace.
Well, that's the third game, so... Anyway, I'm gonna end this now. Getting way over the point of the time.
Come on, guys. Peacekeepers.
Get it together.
Peace peakers.
Alright.